Hello, hello, hello. I just want to jump on and give you a week 12 update. If you've been following me, you know that I actually did my 12th Mounjaro 2.5 milligram injection last week. And on this weight loss journey and on the journey to reduce my A1C numbers and to reverse my insulin resistance, I started taking Mounjaro January the 17th of this year. For those of you who've been following me, you know this process. My doctor prescribed me Mounjaro last year, September. I decided to defer until January, and I've since then been tracking and showing you what I've been doing. Another thing, if you haven't been following me, is I decided not to increase my dosages while taking Mounjaro. I stayed on the 2.5 for the whole 12 weeks. I did not increase because one of the things I kept telling you all along this journey was just because you increase the dosages does not mean that you're going to lose the weight any quicker. For those persons who might have gotten on Mounjaro just to lose weight, which in my case, I'm a pre-diabetic, so my doctor prescribed me Mounjaro to help me lose some weight. But for those who may have been taking Mounjaro just to lose weight, increasing the dosages does not mean that you're going to lose the weight any faster. Mounjaro actually gives you that sensation of feeling full, of the satiation of feeling full, and it gives you that compensation of where you don't feel like you're hungry. So what some people have been doing, they said they needed to increase the dosages in order to not feel hungry. In my case, that wasn't the case. I actually could stay on the 2.5 and I wasn't hungry. There were a few instances of a few days where I felt like I was kind of like hungry, but really never had that situation happen where I felt that I needed to increase the dosage just to lose weight. So the big thing that everybody wants to know is how much weight did I lose last week? Well, last week I lost 0.7 pounds. So the cumulative weight loss while taking Mounjaro for 12 weeks is 20.7 pounds. If you add that to what I lost prior to starting Mounjaro, I've lost a total of 34.7 pounds. I'm really excited about that. I think for me, my average while doing the Mounjaro for the 12 weeks, it turned out to be like 1.73 pounds per week. And honestly, it wasn't for me about the quick weight loss. My goal was, can I reduce my A1C numbers and can I reverse my insulin resistance? So for those who may have been doing Mounjaro just for weight loss, for them, they may wanted to see the big numbers on the scale, where in my case, I was more so like slow lifestyle changes. What do I need to implement in order to maintain when I got off of Mounjaro? Well, also, if you've been following me, you know I had kind of been on the fence about should I keep taking the Mounjaro, and I will tell you that was going through my head. But at the same time, I really want to see if these lifestyle changes that I've made, not just in the 12 weeks, but prior, through my continuous glucose monitor and me monitoring my glucose, if these life changes that I've implemented will still help me continue to track to reverse my insulin resistance and to lower my A1C level. And I figured, hey, it's no better way to find out than just to dive in it. Because also, if you've been following the research that's been done with Mounjaro, for those persons who have just taken Mounjaro for weight loss only, guess what? They're seeing the weight come back. Because several of the factors that you have to realize is Mounjaro is a tool, it's not a cure. It's not one of those things that, you know, it was just take this shot and voila, you've lost the weight forever. If you did not make lifestyle changes, i.e. changing the way you eat, i.e. increasing your exercise, i.e. moderation of different things that you're doing, you would eventually see your weight gain. And that's with any weight loss plan that you go on. But for those persons like me who are pre-diabetic or diabetic who were taking Mounjaro to help them and saw the weight loss and implemented those things to help with the weight loss, we have to actually come to a point where we say, okay, I'm pre-diabetic. I don't want to be diabetic. I don't want to be on a diabetic drug, which Mounjaro is that. So for me personally, it was more about, I don't want to stay on this drug. I want to get off. So now I'm going to get off, and now I'm going to implement my lifestyle changes that I've put in place, i.e. cutting the refined carbohydrates, also reducing my amount of sugar that I'm intaking, meaning added sugars, things that have added sugar. Now I will admit, during these 12 weeks, I didn't calorie count. I did not watch my calories. I just concentrated and focused on refined carbohydrates, cut out. Added sugars, cut out. But guess what? I still had opportunities to have my wine if I wanted to have wine. I had some celebratory occasions where I had a piece of cake. But knowing the different things that I've been showing you about tips that you can do, one of the tips I gave you a couple of weeks ago was adding vinegar prior to your meal. That can in turn help you reduce your glucose spike by as much as 30 milligrams per deciliter. So things like that I've been doing. If I knew that I was going to go out and have a celebratory piece of cake, I would actually do my vinegar prior to going out for that meal, knowing that it would spike me. I also implemented my walks after meals. I think I did a video and I showed you, hey, walking after a meal does help. Now I did see where even though I walked and it helped subside it, depending on what you eat, you still after your walk and after a couple of hours can start seeing your glucose go back up depending on your insulin sensitivity. Now for the future, I plan to continue doing my videos, showing you my weight loss journey, showing you what I'm doing to implement for my insulin resistance and to reverse my A1C levels. I actually go to the doctor in June to get another round of blood work done, so I'm really excited to be able to come back and share with you what results I get out of that. I'm kind of like, oh, what's going to come out of it? But I'm excited about it. So the good news is, one of the things is, yes, during the 12 weeks on Mounjaro, I did lose 20.7 pounds. Total weight loss added to what I lost prior is 34.7 pounds. I'm going to continue to see, hey, will I still keep losing? Will I still keep losing the weight being off of the Mounjaro? And you've seen, I've fluctuated. I've had weeks that I've lost 2 to 3 pounds. I've had weeks that I lost 0 pounds. I had weeks that I lost a pound or less than a pound like last week. But it's the consistency of the process to see it to the end. And I still want to lose about 25 to 30 more pounds before my 60th birthday in September. So that's one of the things that I'm going to keep tracking on, and I hope that you'll continue to follow me to see if I'm successful. As you know, I implemented weights and I implemented exercise, and those things are crucial for us that are insulin resistant and as we get older to strengthen our bodies. So these are the things that I'm implementing, and I just want to give you a week 12 update to say yes, I did lose 0.7 pounds. My total weight loss on Mounjaro was 20.7 pounds, and I'm really curious to see how effective will I be with these lifestyle changes that I've made, because I think that's one of the things we got to remember is the tool versus the cure. Mounjaro was just a tool, and I hope for those of you who are out there like me who are pre-diabetic, insulin resistant, and you've taken Mounjaro or Wegovy or some type of semaglutide to help you lose weight, that you are implementing those lifestyle changes that you need to maintain after you get off the drug. If you don't want to stay on it forever, you do have to implement some changes, and then once you come off the drug, you have to continue those lifestyle changes. So I'm going to be the guinea pig. I'm going to be the person to say, if after you stop Mounjaro, can you continue to lose weight and see some changes if you implement those lifestyle changes that you made? Again, this is Lifestyle for Living, and if you enjoyed this content, please go ahead and hit that like button, and if you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe and share with others, because I really want to share this journey with you of one of the things of being over 50, losing weight, understanding we all have a process that we have to go through, and it's the consistency that's the key, and guess what? We can do it if we implement what we say we're going to do. And until the next time, I'll talk to you later.